there, are you ready to get started with us today? We are Brandon and Lynette Cunningham. We're going to take a few minutes and go through this checklist with you, really just to kind of show you the processes involved and kind of launch in your business.
Yeah, well, what's next, right? What are the next steps look like? And to keep this extremely simple for all of us, no matter who you are or what your level of interest is, it's really a simple process of sharing information. That's really what we do. Maybe you want to share a little, maybe you're ready to share a lot, but there is some simple steps that we need to follow for no matter what level of interest you have to be successful in this business. And that's what this checklist is about. So hopefully you've printed it out. If you haven't, maybe pause the video, print out your checklist so that you can understand where we're at, what we're talking about, and let's get started.
Okay, so the very first one you'll see listed there is get focused. It's really just kind of listing 3 reasons why you made a decision to join LifeVantage and what do you want to accomplish. Now, why is that necessary to write down? Well, it's because when you have a goal, if it's not written down, first off, it's just kind of a wish or a dream. When it's written down, it's something that you put forth a focused effort to accomplish. Additionally, it kind of helps the person who enrolled you to know what you're looking to accomplish so that we can set a proper expectation for you. Some people come into this business and have really, really big hopes of what they're going to do. Others, you know, they're just looking for a little bit of side money. It doesn't matter. This business is all things to all people, really. So whatever it is you're looking for, we can set that expectation and tell you the steps necessary to accomplish those things. So write it down. Would you add anything to that?
Well, so we just want to know where to start for you, right? And so the person that enrolled you, they just need a little bit of information from you. Not a lot, just some basic ideas of what you would hope to accomplish, whether it's getting healthy, helping some people get healthy, or getting your bank account healthy. But the more specifics you can give your support team in this section, the clearer they can identify what they can do to help you attain those goals.
It's also a great reminder for you, believe it or not. We make a decision to do this based on things that we have in our mind that we want. Sometimes those things just kind of, they just kind of drift, right? When they're in writing, they're more tangible. So those are the reasons.
Okay. All right, so now that we kind of know what you want, it's now time to get paid for the activity you're about to do, right? And so there's just a few simple things that you have to do to get paid. There's going to be something you're going to get familiar with, a term called subscriptions or auto ships, and personal volume. So in order to get paid, you need $100 in PV. That's personal volume. That personal volume you achieve by your personal consumption of the product that comes to your home, in addition to your personal customers, the people that you sign up. So the products you use in your home, in addition to your customers, that comprises your PV. And if that's in excess of $100, then you get paid. And if it's in excess of $200, then you maximize the compensation plan. So just make sure that you're using the product. You have to be a product of the product. And for some of you, like us, we use enough product in the home. We use all the products. And so we're in excess of $200 in PV just with our own personal use. Maybe you're not going to be in that position, and if you're not, you're going to have to identify the products you want to use and make sure your support team knows what those products are. And then if it's not $100, just let's go get some customers so that it's in excess of $100 or in excess of $200 so that you can maximize the compensation plan. If you have not yet set up your subscription, auto ship, some people use either terms, do it just as soon as this video is over. Don't put it out of mind, because out of mind means you may forget. And if it goes beyond 30 days and you enroll a new customer or you enroll a new distributor, you don't get paid. And that would be awful. That's why it is such a high priority on this checklist, is we want you to get paid. And just go set that up immediately. Make sure you have $100 or $200 to maximize the compensation plan in PV. So with that, let's kind of go on to how we kind of get organized.
Yeah, so getting organized talks about putting names on paper, tongue twisted, of who you're going to share this information with. You know, initially, you may have 20 people that come to mind. put them on paper, but have a little bit of an initial goal of 200 names. That is a list that you never stop adding to. So it will far exceed 200. But at this point, for initial goal, the reason that we recommend that you put 200 names on paper is if you only put 10 or 20 names and you start to share this information with people, if you have a few people say no, all of a sudden you start getting this panic and anxiety, like, I'm not going to be able to do this business. I don't have anyone left to talk to. And I can relate this to you from a personal feeling that I had. So just know that the more people you have on paper, the less you'll have that feeling.
And every day add to the list. Every day. Continue to add to the list, whether that list is actually paper or it might be in your cell phone under notes. Just continue to add names, and your cell phone has thousands of names.
Right. It's so funny because sometimes we're like, I don't know 200 people. Just go look at how many people are in your phone. You know 200 people. That's just one point of reference.
How about this? If you don't know many people, how about you give me your cell phone and let me make a list?
Oh.
Because I know there's some people in there. So let's get your business launched. What does that mean? Let's not complicate what this is. If you want to have a party at your home, you're going to have to pick a date. Like, hey, I want to have some friends over. Well, the first thing your friends are going to want to know is when. When's it going to be, right? And so there needs to be some organization before I start inviting people. So I'll go to my wife and we'll organize. Hey, who do we want to come over? When? What's the time? What are we going to eat? Same thing here. This is something that allows you to launch your business by just picking a date so that when you start sharing this information, then everybody knows when the appropriate time will be where they'll get this information for those that are wanting to know more. And so pick a date. And this launch, guys, it doesn't have to be a big extravagant deal. In fact, it could be a conference call where people just get on a call. It could be a small meeting in your home. And don't make it like a meeting, like a business meeting. Like have people over to your home that...
Like social, right?
Yeah, social, where they know where the bathrooms are. They know where the refrigerators are because they've already been in your refrigerator. Those are the best meetings to kind of launch your business. It doesn't mean you have to do that indefinitely, right? But that's how we launch a business. And so when you do this, don't be super fearful and complicate this thing, right? Let's keep it super simple by picking a date. And maybe it's a phone call. We even can do these on social media. We even can launch a business through Facebook events. Messenger has a video platform that we can get 4 or 5 people on. There's something called Zoom, if you're not familiar with Zoom, a video conference where we can launch the business. But none of this happens unless you pick a date. And once you pick a date, then you've got to start inviting.
Right. And so get with your enroller to decide which one of those makes most sense for you, because your enroller will probably be a part of the process with you. And I would encourage you, schedule it just a few days out. If you're having some friends to the house so that you can kind of unveil what you're doing, just do it a couple days from now, because when you schedule it a week out, people's lives are so busy and sometimes things pop up on us that, you know, a couple days out we usually can commit to because we already know what our schedule is. The other good thing about that is if you're able to enroll a customer or a business partner that night, that means you're getting a check the very next week. Does that build more belief for you? Does that build a stronger story for you? Does that build more excitement for you when you're sharing this with people? Yes. Yeah. And it's that transfer of excitement and belief that gets people excited to want to do this with you. Excitement is a big component of this.
Yeah, and if you have any questions about what that event looks like, just get with your support team, get with the person that enrolled you. They can lay out for you kind of how the agenda, how the thing will go. It's a very simple process of sharing information in a very relaxed atmosphere. And as Lynette just said, I mean, the whole purpose of doing this now as a distributor is to earn some money.
That's it.
And so why not let's start inviting right away and get some business partners or customers coming your way. So here's the step that I think is probably one of the most important steps with this worksheet, and because people want to know, how's this work, or what do I do? And we want to keep this super simple for you, right? So how do you get started?
So under the Getting Started section, you'll see a whole list of things I'm going to let you read on your own. What I'm going to focus on is the methodology that we use in sharing this information. And the method that we use, we refer to, it's an acronym, we refer to it as IT. I-T-T, right? So we can say like Do it.
Well, what's that mean?
Okay, it's invite, tool, team. That's it. So you go out, you invite people to the information. You connect them to a tool, a video. Then you connect them to the team, okay? So there's a multiple reasons why this is so effective. But primarily, everything you do in this business is about duplication. If you're a brand new distributor and you want to start earning money now, there's no way you could possibly get educated enough on everything to go out and start earning money the day that you enroll. But when you follow this method, you can. You know what else you can do? You can show your contacts that they can do it too, because all you did was invite them to a tool and then connect them to the team.
Yeah, there's really just, guys, you're going to invite them very excitedly. The more excitement you can share, the better chance they're going to be interested to see the video, the tool. And then after they've watched the video, you won't know if they've watched it until you follow up. Follow up with them. And at that point, there's going to be two ways to go. They're either going to say, yes, I want the product, or yes, I want the product and maybe join you in the business. Or they may say, hey, I've got some questions. Okay, so they're going to say yes, or I have questions. That's really only two things you're going to get. And if they have questions, the biggest mistake we see is people try to start answering their questions. And that is what the team, that second T, has been designed to do for you so that this thing duplicates. So when people ask questions, that's fantastic. That's a great thing. You can even say, hey, I knew it. I knew you would be interested. I knew you'd have some questions. The best way for you to get this information is to, let's get with Lynette. Let's get with the person that helped me answer these questions. That's the team. When you get to the team, you simply zip it and allow somebody or something else answer your contact's questions.
Yep, that's it.
So don't go outside of that. Stay invite, tool, team. That's how you're going to start this business, and we're going to do it over and over and over again, because truly you got involved with this so that you could get a leveraged income. We know how to trade time for money. Now we're talking about introducing you to a system that's going to allow the system to make money for you when you're not working. Imagine you've enrolled someone, and then they've enrolled someone, and then they've enrolled someone, and it's 3 or 4 levels away, and now the system and the tools and the team are doing the enrolling, and not you on the phone answering everybody's questions. That's not the system. So just do it, guys. Invite, tool, team, and you're going to start to see some results.
As well.
So the next thing we want you to do is get connected to the team. We think it's really important that you understand you're not in this alone. This is very much a team effort, and we do that on a number of different levels. One of the ways of late is through Facebook. We have a Facebook group called Team True Blue, and we can't wait to meet you in there. It's a way for us to get to see your face, get to know a little bit about you. Please be active in there, and you're going to see some amazing stories and meet some amazing people inside that group. Don't hesitate. You need to meet the people inside that group. It's a private group just selected for our team and people like yourself, and we're ready to connect with you. That's a great place to do it. And there's also a team call. We call it a call, but it's a Facebook Live that we do inside that group every Monday. It's a great way to stay connected. They are recorded and then posted on teamtrueblue.org, but they are live inside that Team True Blue Facebook group. So that's another great way for you to be connected.
We also have the Team True Blue YouTube channel. So, you know, we try to make these resources available to everybody, whether they're on Facebook or not. Facebook, the great thing about it is everybody seems to be using it. So it's a great resource for information, for trainings, for announcements. All different things get posted in there. So it kind of helps you to keep your pulse on things a little bit better, because that's the first line of dispensing information. But then we also have the YouTube channel, the teamtrueblue.org.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, always default to teamtrueblue.org for all information. Okay, we are active on Facebook. We have Zooms going on, but at a default setting, go to teamtrueblue.org, right where you got this checklist and are watching this video.
Okay, so the next one is Get Social. You guys, that's about, again, social media. So many people have started using social media to build their business, but here's the thing. a lot of times people get involved and maybe they've already been like on Facebook or something, and they like want to tell the world, look at what I'm doing. There's methods to doing this business on social media, and you have a ton of contacts right at your fingertips right there. You don't want to mess it up by putting it on blast or changing your profile picture to a big bottle of Protandim, or, you know, there's lots of things that we tell people, don't do these things. But because there are a lot of them, we're not going to cover them all right here. We actually have on teamtrueblue.org social media training. So it's extensive. Don't sit down and try to do that right away. Here's what I like to tell people. Listen, when you get in bed at night and you're getting ready to go to sleep, instead of putting on the news and filling your head with negativity, educate yourself. Go through the social media training then. You may want to have a notepad and pen next to you. But those are that's when we would educate ourselves, is at night when we felt like it was too late to
I can't do it in bed. I'll fall asleep. I can't get in bed and then get a notebook out.
The point is, don't let it replace your activity of inviting people to this information, but hold off on going on social media until you have a few pointers on how to do it.
Because social media is completely different in your methods of operation than when you call people that know you, okay? One is a prospecting method. So people that you know, you're prospecting, right? But you're doing it through relationships where there's love and trust, and that's a different animal versus on social media where they're called friends, but they're not really friends. I mean, some of them are. And so that's more of an attraction model. And there's different techniques that are effective. Now, with all that said, maybe you are amazing on social media. Maybe you're amazing in Instagram and you've got thousands and thousands of followers. Different animal completely. You already know what you're doing. There's just a few things that we can share with you that might help with now you doing LifeVantage as part of your methods of operation. So anyway, the next thing is getting skills. And so your level of what you want out of this should be matched by your level of what skills it will take to get what you want. So if you want a little bit, there's just a few skills you need to know. If you want to replace your income, of course, it's going to take more skills to do that. And we have created for you and this team the most amazing training platform that covers A to Z, from people wanting just to share information to people replacing their incomes. We have created virtual workshops that are created for the people who are just getting started. They're monthly. They happen on the first Saturday of the month. They're only about 90 minutes, and they're phenomenal for people who are wanting to just get the basics and keep it simple. We've then created another level of something called Lead School. Now, Lead School builds on those principles that you will get in the virtual workshop, but it adds some more skills necessary in order for you to be able to help your new people teach and learn the things necessary to get maybe to that second level of income. You know, maybe where they're making a couple $1,000s a month. Lead schools are phenomenal. They're happening 3 to 4 times a year all over the United States. And then we have something called Elite Academy. Elite Academy is our corporate events. They happen 3 times a year in what we call destination events. So destinations meaning they're not going to probably be in driving distance. If they are, you're very fortunate, but the next one probably will not be. And so those are so incredibly beneficial if it's your intent to really make a run at doing something with this opportunity. The statistics are staggering how much more success is had by people that go to events. And so once again, where are they happening? When are they happening? Go to teamtrueblue.org and look under the events tab. And they'll be outlined. There'll be a calendar there. You'll also see where some presentations are going on from some of our leadership that are doing presentations around. And so we've created for our team kind of a one-stop shop for people. No matter what it is that you want to achieve, it's going to require a little bit of skill or a lot of skill, and we've got that all covered.
Yeah, so I'm thinking a couple different things. I was going to go on to the next one, but those events where you get that kind of social proof, is a big deal for your head. So anyway, just don't underestimate the value of those, and maybe talk with the person who enrolled you to get their take on the effectiveness of it. The next one, get results, is really just getting with your enroller to go over what we refer to as your DMO, your daily method of operation. Again, kind of ties back into your very first section of the things that you're looking to accomplish out of this business. Because according to what you're looking to accomplish, you'll define what your DMO looks like. And that's why it's important that your enroller knows, so that you guys can build a strategy together and ensure that you're getting everything you want to out of this business. And I say this business because if you want to treat it like a business, and with a business, you know that you want to do something with it each day in order to build a strong, growing, thriving business. So get with your enroller to go over what your DMO looks like that will match in accordance with the goals and expectations that you have.
Just know, guys, Lynette and I have been around this company for 9 years. We've hit the master rank, and if we enrolled someone today, they would do two things. They would fill out this worksheet, and then as soon as they picked a launch date, we would start with ITT. That's it. That's what we do.
You know, there was something I wanted to say early in regards to that. When we said pick a launch date, you guys, it's important that you pick a date just a couple days out. That's what you're inviting to, is just a couple days out. And the reason I say that is when you invite somebody to something a week from now, they may say yes now, but in a week, like there's so much going on in life, they may not be able to attend at that point. So when we say pick a launch date, let's do this. Like, pick it a couple days from now and let's launch this thing while you're excited and people know what they're doing and they can commit to being there.
And we know there's some fear with that. We know that's why people don't pick dates, is they're like, no, I'm not already start telling people, listen, if you truly know what this is, if you haven't picked a launch date, or you maybe are a little apprehensive of picking a launch date, it really is clear to us after doing this for a long time that you don't fully understand the magnitude of this product or the opportunity you're sitting on. And that's okay. It took us a little while too before we were like, whoa, okay, all out effort. So we understand, we're very excited you're here, but we also know what works after doing this. This worksheet is just one of the fundamentals, and ITT, Invite Tool Team, is the process we duplicate over and over and over again. We hope this video is very helpful for you. Look around this website. Make sure you get with the people that enrolled you, figure out all the support team, and let's go run. See you at the next event. Bye-bye.
Bye.